Today, the Nissan Skyline GT-R is such a cornerstone of car culture that it's hard to picture a time when its sharp, boxy lines didn't evoke nostalgia and admiration. Yet, in the mid-80s, Nissan faced a harsh reality, underwhelming results both on the racetrack and in showrooms. The brand was struggling and in dire need of a resurgence. Motorsport seemed like the ideal solution. This is the tale of Godzilla, the Nissan R32 Skyline GT-R. The GT-R badge boasts a storied motorsport history. The first car to wear it, the Nissan 2000 GT-R, made its debut in 1969. Under the hood, it had a straight-six engine generating 160 HP. It was a racing phenomenon, clinching 33 wins in just an 18-month career. As it turns out, motorsport success is a great way to sell cars, and Nissan capitalized on this. Nearly 2,000 GT-Rs were sold, alongside many more standard Nissan 2000s. The momentum pushed Nissan to start developing a successor to the 2000 GT-R. The second generation retained the inline-six engine of its predecessor and added sporty features like disc brakes on all four wheels. However, its timing was unfortunate. It launched in 1973 during the oil crisis, when demand for performance cars plummeted. Unsurprisingly, the second-gen GT-R was a commercial failure with just 197 units built. After that, the GT-R nameplate disappeared for over a decade as Nissan shifted to uninspiring, mundane designs. This decline in innovation mirrored Nissan's sagging sales and fading appeal. By the mid-80s, the company faced a financial crisis and needed a fresh vision to survive. Enter Yutaka Kume, who became Nissan's president in 1985. Having worked at Nissan since 1946, Kume had climbed the ranks from a plant engineer to the top job. Kume was deeply invested in Nissan's future and recognized the danger it faced. Drawing from his father's failure as a businessman, Kume believed Nissan's troubles stemmed from losing touch with its customers. Determined to turn things around, he initiated a cultural overhaul. He flattened the company's hierarchy, championed innovation, and refocused the business on customer needs. After years of stagnation, Nissan's reputation had hit rock bottom. The company was associated with dull, uninspired cars. Kume's radical solution: win races to restore Nissan's image. Project 901 was born, its ambitious goal to make Nissan a dominant force in global motorsport within 5 years. In 1985, Nissan returned to the Japanese Touring Car Championship, JTCC, with a car designed to meet new Group A regulations, which required race cars to be based on mass-produced models. This approach was more cost-effective and made race victories a powerful marketing tool. Nissan couldn't resist the opportunity, but the R30 Skyline they entered struggled to compete, losing to rivals like Honda, Toyota, BMW, and even Volvo in 1985. That same year, Nissan introduced the Skyline R31. At first glance, its boxy design seemed unremarkable, but underneath, it was a revolution. The R31 was the first Skyline to feature the RB Series inline-six engine, available in 2 and 3-liter versions. It also introduced Nissan's innovative 4-wheel steering system, known as HICAS, High Capacity Active Steering. In 1986, Nismo Nissan Motorsport took the R31 to the JTCC. It won the season opener and by a narrow margin secured the championship, but replicating this success proved difficult. Over the next few years, the R31 struggled against competitors like the Ford Sierra and BMW 635, which consistently outperformed it. Nissan needed a game changer. Thanks to the innovation driven by Project 901, the next generation Skyline was poised to be extraordinary. It would also mark the long-awaited return of the GT-R badge. Unveiled in 1989, the R32 Skyline GT-R was the culmination of years of development. Building on the R31's HICAS system, the R32 introduced an advanced all-wheel drive system originally developed for a scrapped supercar project, the Nissan Mid-4. Its RB26 engine, a 2.6-liter inline-six, was capable of producing over 500 HP in race trim and 310 HP in the road car. However, due to Japan's gentleman's agreement, the power was officially rated at 276 HP. This car wasn't built for mundane errands. It was engineered with one purpose: to dominate Group A racing. Taking cues from a Porsche 959 they had studied, Nissan concluded that all-wheel drive was essential for performance, but their test drivers found the 959's permanent AWD setup prone to understeer and sluggish corner exits. Nissan needed to rethink AWD from the ground up. The result was the Atessa ETS system, a groundbreaking design that kept the car in rear-wheel drive mode until the rear wheels lost grip, at which point power was sent to the front wheels. Combined with Highcast, the R32 had a performance edge no one saw coming. Nismo debuted the R32 in the 1990 JTCC season, where it won every race it entered, stunning competitors. This domination continued in 1991, 1992, and 1993. Over 4 seasons, the R32 won 29 races out of 29 starts, securing 4 consecutive JTCC titles. Such unprecedented dominance wasn't just rare in motorsport, it was almost unheard of in any competitive field. The R32's success solidified Nissan's reputation as a performance powerhouse, elevating the car to legendary status in Japan and beyond. The R32 also made waves internationally. It won the 24 Hours of Spa and set a Nürburgring lap record for production cars. In Australia, it entered the Touring Car Championship in 1990, dismantling the competition. The R32 won the title 3 years in a row and claimed victories at the Bathurst 1000 in 1991 and 1992. Australian journalists, awestruck by the car's dominance, nicknamed it Godzilla, a nod to the monstrous Japanese kaiju. The name stuck and became synonymous with the R32's legacy. The R32 was so dominant in Australia that it led to new rules being introduced to give local favorites like Ford and Holden a fighting chance. But by then, Nissan had achieved its goal. In under a decade, they had gone from making dull, uninspired cars to producing one of the most iconic sports cars in history, saving the company from near bankruptcy and forever cementing its place in the hearts of enthusiasts. The story of the Nissan GT-R didn't end with the R32's jaw-dropping dominance on racetracks worldwide. It was just the beginning. After the world met Godzilla, Nissan had to face an even greater challenge: building a worthy successor. How do you top a legend? By pushing boundaries even further. In 1995, the R33 Skyline GT-R arrived, carrying the weight of the R32's reputation on its broad, aerodynamic shoulders. The R33 was an evolution, not a revolution, but it refined the formula in crucial ways. While it shared the RB26 DET-T engine, the heart of the GT-R, and the groundbreaking Atessa ETS all-wheel drive system, the R33 pushed technological boundaries further. Its chassis was more rigid, its aerodynamics were improved, and its weight distribution was fine-tuned. Even its infamous Highcast 4-wheel steering system was updated for better stability. The R33 was bigger and heavier, but its improved balance and refined handling made it a monster both on the road and the track. It wasn't just about raw speed anymore. The R33 was a more mature, capable GT-R, proving its worth by becoming the first production car to break the 8-minute barrier at the Nürburgring. It may not have had the shock factor of the R32, but it solidified the GT-R's reputation as a world-class performance machine. By the time the R34 debuted in 1999, the Skyline GT-R had already cemented itself as a legend, but Nissan wasn't about to rest on its laurels. The R34 was a return to precision, compactness, and pure driver engagement. Shorter and more aggressive in appearance than the R33, the R34's design was as purposeful as its engineering. The RB26 DETT engine returned, now paired with a more advanced version of the Atessa ETS system, allowing for unparalleled control in all driving conditions. The R34 also introduced the advanced multifunction display, a cutting-edge in-car system that gave drivers real-time performance data, a feature unheard of at the time. On the track, the R34 was unstoppable, but what truly set it apart was how it connected with its driver. The car was more intuitive, more precise, and more alive than any GT-R before it. It wasn't just fast, it was an extension of the driver's will. In just a decade, the Skyline GT-R had evolved from the R32's brute force dominance to the R34's razor-sharp finesse, solidifying its place as a masterpiece of engineering and a cultural icon that defined an era of automotive performance. If you like this story, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video next. Don't forget to hit like if you want to see a follow-up about the R33. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.